When the Pelicans beat the Warriors in a late regular season game that was very tight, Anthony Davis went on his post-game interview and admitted that he was pretty insulted by the Warriors. He had heard some players calling that game a scrimmage. New Orleans went out, took it personally, got the job done. The question now, of course, can they get the job done when these games mean a whole lot more to both squads? Now, I don't think the Warriors should have too much trouble with New Orleans. The question, though, how much impact can Anthony have? He had very good numbers in the two games that he played against the Warriors this year. 30 points, 12.5 boards, 3.5 blocks, but it's not a one-man game. He's not a one-man wrecking crew. He needs some help. Can the Memphis Grizzlies save their season? I don't think it's looking good right now for Coach Dave Joerger and his group. Injuries are a major problem. They just can't catch a break going into this first-round series against Portland. You got Mike Conley with a foot and ankle problem. Then you got Tony Allen, one of the best perimeter defenders of his era, who missed the last 9 games of the regular season with a hamstring problem. These are heart and soul guys when it comes to Memphis and what they do. Conley specifically, even if he gets on the floor, is going to be having to chase around Damian Lillard, a guy who I think is going to be determined to make even more of an impact on this postseason than he did last year. I think it's a tall task for the Grizzlies. Can the Spurs do their best impression of the 94-95 Houston Rockets and win it all despite being a number 6 seed in the West? Of course they can. It's the Spurs. We learned a long time ago not to be dumb enough to doubt this group, but the challenge is a lot harder than it had to be because of what happened on the last day of the regular season. Their loss to New Orleans took home court advantage away from San Antonio. They would have been the number 2 seed in the West. Instead, they're number 6, and faced with the idea of surviving this gauntlet in the West without home court edge. The only scenarios where San Antonio would have home court edge is if they played Dallas or New Orleans. Neither one seems very likely. Can Rajon Rondo and the Dallas Mavericks be a good fit when it matters most in the playoffs and heading into free agency this summer? We shall see. There's no way to know the answer to this question, but the evidence paints a pretty grim tale when it comes to this partnership. When Rondo was traded to Dallas back in December, they had the #1 offense in the NBA. They're just 13th with Rondo running the ship. They did not get better defensively like I thought they would. They were 19th in defensive rating before Rondo was sent to Dallas and 17th after, just a marginal improvement. Now this matchup against Houston is going to be a very tough one. Chandler Parsons got a right knee problem, has missed some games recently. That doesn't help the Mavs' cause. I think Rondo and Dallas find themselves in a very challenging position.